Welcome, dear viewers, to Abyss of Horror. Tonight we peel back the veil of fiction and descend into the sinister truths that birthed some of the most chilling horror films ever told. These are not mere stories. They are echoes of real nightmares, twisted by fate and sharpened by fear. Pet Sematary, It, The Nun, and The Conjuring. Their roots lie in the dark soil of true events. Tonight, we'll uncover the secrets that inspired them, whispering truths that will linger long after the lights go out. Prepare yourself. The abyss gazes back. The dark truth behind Pet Sematary, Stephen King's. Pet Sematary is the tale of grief turned grotesque, a family discovering the lengths they'll go to keep loved ones alive, even if it means resurrecting them in monstrous form. But the sinister roots of this story are not merely fictional. King's inspiration came from his own brush with tragedy. Living in rural Maine, he and his family resided near a road frequented by speeding trucks. One day, their beloved cat, Smucky, became a victim of that cursed road. King and his children buried the pet in a makeshift cemetery, a moment King later described as eerily somber. But the story doesn't end with Smucky. One afternoon, King's young son toddled dangerously close to that same road. In a moment of heart-stopping terror, King barely managed to snatch him away from the speeding truck. That close call left an indelible mark on the author's soul, birthing the dreadful what if that would haunt him. What if you couldn't save your child? What if there was a way to bring them back? And worse, what if they came back wrong? King poured these fears into Pet Sematary, the ancient burial ground, the warnings unheeded, the cursed resurrection. They all mirror the real anguish of loss and the perverse allure of defying nature. King found his own story so horrifying that he initially refused to publish it, fearing it might be too dark even for his readers. But darkness has a way of demanding its due. The sinister clown of it. Stephen King's It invites us to face Pennywise, the monstrous clown who preys on fear and devours children. The true horror of it, however, lies in its reflection of real-world terror. In the 1970s, John Wayne Gacy became infamous for his heinous crimes. A community leader by day, he would dress as Pogo the Clown to entertain children at parties. By night, he was a predator, luring young boys to his home, where he committed unspeakable acts. Gacy was eventually convicted of murdering 33 boys and young men, burying most of them beneath his house. Gacy's duality, a beloved clown and a cold-blooded killer, exposed the fragility of innocence. Stephen King drew upon this fear, creating Pennywise as the embodiment of childhood nightmares and real-world evil. Pennywise doesn't just kill, he feasts on fear, turning the intangible into something that gnaws at your sanity. King also infused it with another terrifying reality: the horrors of small-town life. Beneath the idyllic surface of Derry, Maine, lies a cesspool of secrets: abuse, racism, violence. Pennywise thrives in the cracks of human sin, a supernatural predator feeding on real-world darkness. What makes it so unnerving is the reminder that the monsters of fiction often mirror the monsters in life. Sometimes they wear makeup and a painted smile. The Curse of the Nun. When The Conjuring 2 introduced the demonic entity known as Valak, audiences recoiled at the sight of the blasphemous nun. The standalone film, The Nun, delves into Valak's origins. But the truth behind the character is far darker than Hollywood portrays. Valak, in occult lore, is no mere invention. Found in the grim tomes of demonology, Valak is described as a powerful demon, commanding legions of lesser spirits. The Warren case files that inspired The Nun suggest that Valak is linked to a Romanian monastery where strange and horrifying events were reported. Witnesses claimed to see shadowy figures stalking the monastery halls, and inexplicable phenomena plagued the clergy. Some whispered of a presence that whispered unholy things, turning devout nuns to madness and despair. Though the films dramatize these accounts, the sinister truth is undeniable. The fear of demonic corruption is as old as humanity itself. Valak, whether myth or manifestation, represents the ultimate violation of the sacred by the profane. And for those who believe, Valak is not just a story, but a warning. Some forces should never be summoned. The haunting of the conjuring of all the tales spun by the Warrens. None have chilled audiences like the haunting of the Perron family, dramatized in The Conjuring. The truth of their ordeal lies in the shadowy crossroads of history and fear. In the 1970s, the Perrons moved into a sprawling Rhode Island farmhouse, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. Paranormal activity began almost immediately. Doors slammed, foul odors filled the air, and the family witnessed apparitions, some benevolent, others malevolent. Ed and Lorraine Warren investigated, identifying the malevolent force as Bathsheba Sherman, a woman accused of witchcraft in the 1800s. Legend claims Bathsheba sacrificed her child to Satan before hanging herself from a tree on the property. Her spirit, the Warrens argued, had cursed the land, tormenting anyone who dared to live there. The Perron family lived in fear for years, enduring escalating terror. Carolyn Perron, the mother, reportedly suffered direct attacks, including possession. Though skeptics dismissed the hauntings as fabrication, the Perrons and Warrens insisted the evil was real. The house, with its dark history and lingering mysteries, remains a testament to the blurred line between legend and reality. Conclusion: the abyss of truth and fiction. These stories, Pet Sematary, It, The Nun, and The Conjuring, remind us that the line between truth and terror is thin, if it exists at all. From a cursed road in Maine to the chilling legends of demonology, the horrors we tell ourselves are often rooted in the fears we cannot escape. And so, I ask you, which of these stories will keep you awake tonight? Let me know in the comments below. Share your darkest fears, your own brushes with the unknown, and let us deepen the shadows of the abyss of horror. Remember to like, subscribe, and join this dark community. Until next time, beware the truths you uncover, for the abyss is always watching.